Hey man, hello. Welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for this class, we're going to learn a little bit about Carnival. So party on, wear a crazy hat and some sunglasses. We're going to do a little reading. We're going to learn a little about Carnival. Let's Samba. Okay. Woo! Peace, everyone. Hey, man. How's it going? Hello,
Fine.
hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Fine, fine. Thank you very much for this start.
You're welcome. Glad to
Please.
make you smile. Great. Hi, Heidi. How are
Hello.
you?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well.
Yes. Sometimes strange person in the class, like trial, but usually I think trial. So I thought so.
Yeah, you thought it was a mistake. It wasn't really me. Do you like my curly hair? How do I look with long hair?
Oh
Nice,
yeah, very good.
right?
Mick Jagger, no.
Mick Jagger. Oh no, my lips aren't big enough. I need bigger lips to do Mick. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're gonna talk about festival in Rio de Janeiro, but in Brazil overall. So we're gonna do a little reading together. Maybe learn a little bit about the history of Carnival. Work on our English a little bit, and then we're going to have a conversation about Carnival and festivals in general and related things. So I have to say, you know, I'm an American. I'm a little bit crazy, but I don't qualify as a Brazilian quite. So any Brazilians who happen to join our class, if you want to correct any of the information or add some detail that we don't know,
Here.
that would be great. Hi, Wellington.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Is that going to be your job? Are you here to keep me
Sorry?
honest? Will that be your job? Yeah, you're from Brazil, right?
Yeah,
Great.
yes.
Perfect. Okay. So you can keep me honest. I do not, Wellington, I do not claim the veracity of any of the reading that we're going to look at. I don't know how true it is. Please, I can rely on you, I hope, to correct me or correct the reading. It's not really me. If something's wrong, all right, if we make a mistake or if I say something wrong, please correct me because I don't know. You're more of the expert in this class than I am. So I'm
No,
glad you're
no,
here.
no. I will try.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. That's all I could say. Don't go anywhere. Hi, Rus. How are you?
Hello, Oakley. Fine, and you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you. All right. Well, I know one of us has been to Carnival. Wellington, did you go out last night, or it's morning there now, right?
Yeah, no, now is morning.
Now it's morning. Is today the big day?
Today, yeah, for me, yes, it's okay. For some people here in Brazil, they will celebrate more the Carnival. Yesterday, since last Friday, they are celebrating the Carnival. For me, I don't celebrate I usually don't celebrate the Carnival because I like other things. So I spend my time with my family, with my friends, celebrating the other way.
Okay, all right. A little more low-key celebration.
Yes,
That's cool.
yes.
I understand. Hey, a couple things. First of all, I'm sorry, guys, but I have to take off this wig. It's way too hot. Incredibly hot. And I can't take it. Anyway, woo, there we go. Yay. Anyway, I promised in my class description I'd wear a silly hat, and I did. I try to keep my promises. Secondly, again, the Verbling chat's not working, so if I'm going to write a few extra notes, or if you guys need to write something for me to understand, please use the Google Hangouts chat box up in the corner of your screen. Over here, over there, I don't know.
Group chat?
Yeah, the group chat, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Ismail found it. Hello, Ismail, and I found Ismail. Hi, Ismail.
Hello, Oakley. How are you?
I'm doing super, thank you. How have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you.
I made a break. Oakley, I was busy and I was losing my motivation to improve my English because of job purposes. There was some problems.
Okay.
I think
Ismail?
to change my.
Ismail,
Yes,
if
Oakley.
you learn English, you can be really cool like me. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. Okay, anyway, guys, I'm going to do a screen share, and we're going to read a little bit about the history of Carnival in Brazil. We have a resident expert here, Wellington. He's going to correct any mistakes of this story. But we're going to do a little reading and discussion.
I think Ismael is Brazilian too.
No, no. I am from Turkey, Wellington.
From Turkey.
Okay.
I have never been in South America.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I am curious about.
Right. Laura, where are you from again?
Spain, from the north of Spain.
North of
Yeah.
Spain. Nope.
Yeah.
You didn't have Carnival in Spain. No.
Yes, actually,
You do.
children don't have a school, and during the weekend there were parties, and there was a festival, but it's not like in Brazil.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Or Venice is just a party. You don't have to go to school, and only the children dress different and things. It's not a huge party.
okay. Okay. All right. Thanks. Well, I'll probably ask you a little more about that later. Let's do our reading here. Wow, that's scary. What was that? That was incredible. Hello, Jose. Hi, Jose.
Hello, teacher. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Okay, let's talk about the history of Carnival. Okay, well, it says in Rio, but I think it's pretty much everywhere. But let's give this a read, shall we? I'm going to start with you, Heidi. You were the first one in. Go ahead.
Carnival in Rio de Janeiro, one of the best-known parties in the world. It also the largest carnival celebration in the world. It's filled with music, parades, drinking, and people having fun. The carnival, a national holiday in Brazil, runs from Friday night to noon of the following Wednesday. That's the official length, but many Brazilians turn it into a 10-day holiday. It brings in about 500,000 foreign tourists each year.
Okay. First of all, Heidi, this is a little bit of a tricky word. Parades.
Parade.
Parades. And it has second syllable stress. So parades. Parades. Yeah, it's a little tricky because in almost all of English, two-syllable words in English, especially nouns, have first syllable stress. So this is a tricky one. This is a little bit of a trick word. Okay. Uh, okay. There, okay. I have a. Actually, I immediately have to stop us and ask Wellington. I have never been to Carnival in Brazil. Okay, disclaimer here. I don't know, so I might have many questions here for Wellington or anybody else who knows. I have, however, been to Mardi Gras, which is held in New Orleans in the United States. I used to live there, so I've been to 2 or 3 Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras ends Tuesday, literally at midnight, suddenly, so suddenly it's unbelievable. It goes from crowds of people to nobody on the street at about midnight. And there's nobody. By 2 in the morning, the streets are deserted. So I'm curious, Wellington, is this true? It goes till noon the following day?
I know it's
Yes.
Louisiana, no? In the Louisiana. Mardi Gras.
What's that, Heidi?
In Louisiana, no?
Yeah, Louisiana, that's right.
Yes, yes.
New
My
Orleans.
friend said, yeah.
Oh, you have a friend who went?
Yes,
Yeah.
he always said about that.
Ah,
They make a lot of food and many relatives gathered in their house.
oh yeah, it's a big party, that's for sure. Right, but again, it ends at midnight, pretty much completely deserted. So Wellington, is it true in Brazil that the party continues until noon the following Wednesday?
Yes, it's true. Officially, the carnival, the Saturday, the Saturday and Sunday, we have carnival, but the day of carnival is the holiday here is Monday is Thursday.
Ah,
Monday is not a holiday, but during the in this day, because the festivities, the parades, they they are happen in these days. The majority of the companies, they close their doors, and the people spend this time celebrating. So the holiday is Tuesday. Is Tuesday, but
Tuesday.
yes,
Yeah.
this Tuesday. But we began celebrate on since Friday at night, and the celebration goes to Wednesday at noon. For
Okay.
example, for
Int-
example, I will begin. I will start work tomorrow at noon.
at noon.
But
Right.
my colleagues, my co-workers, you begin 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Most of the companies begin tomorrow. You begin the work in a normal hour, in a regular
Okay.
hour, because many companies treat this period different. For example,
Okay.
for
I
example,
see.
yesterday, yesterday, no, sorry, today, some colleagues will work. They will work,
Uh-huh.
but because my company, I am employee from other company. Now I am I have the right of day off, but they don't have.
I see. I see. Okay. All right. And okay. And just another note as far as in New Orleans, it's known as Mardi Gras. It has a different name. New Orleans has a Spanish culture, but a much deeper French culture. So Mardi Gras is French. It's French. Does anybody know what that's French for? Roughly translated. Anybody know? It is French for Mardi. Is Tuesday. Gras is fat. So it's also known as Fat Tuesday. Why? Okay, open question for the class. Why on earth is it called Fat Tuesday? Does anybody know?
No.
What is Carnival really? What is the point?
Yes, I
Laura.
think that, for example, in Spain, during 40 days you cannot eat meat or fish.
Yeah.
So everybody has to keep like a diet about these type of things because 40 days is going to be like the death of Jesus. No, it's in
That's
Spanish
right.
called Cuaresma, but
That's
I don't
right.
know in English.
Yeah, in
Yes, it's
English we call it the 40 days of Lent. We call it Lent.
okay.
What is
It,
Lent, Oakley? Fasten? Like fasten?
fasting, yes, it's very similar to Ramadan. Okay,
Yes.
very similar idea. Of course, in Christian religions, the 40 days of Lent culminate in Easter. So that's the end. Okay, is Easter. So right, Laura has it exactly right. In American culture as well, it's for people of that religion. Of course, lots of religions in America, but Catholics in particular. And now I live in the Philippines, which is like 85 to 90% Catholic. They take it very seriously, and they do fasting for Lent. Right, and that's the whole point of Carnival or Mardi Gras is to eat and drink and party before you start your fast. Okay. I believe that. Okay, let's. We're going to continue the reading here. I have one more point though. It brings in about 500,000 tourists. I read other information that make it definitely more than 1 million. So I don't really believe this. I think it's more than 500,000. It's got to be. Looks like there's 1 million people in Rio alone. Never mind all the other cities. Okay, now here's a controversial point. Perhaps not. But Laura, I'm going to let you read this next paragraph.
Okay. Carnival roots. The carnival can trace its roots back to an ancient Greek festival held each spring to honor Dionysus, the god of wine. The Romans adopted the festival to honor two of their gods, Bacchanalia and Saturnalia. During the Roman festival, slaves and masters would exchange clothes and spend the day in drunken revelry. The Catholic Church later modified the festival as a celebration leading up to Ash Wednesday. It grew into a large hurrah before Lent with its 40 days of trying to improve one's self-thought, prayers, and sacrifice.
Okay. Yes, there's a couple interesting words and phrases in here I want to talk about before we move on. Very good job, Laura. Everything was perfect except normally I hear the god Bacchus or Bacchanalia, a strong K sound on the CH. Bacchanalia. I don't know why there's. Oh yes, I do. That's right. 2 C's. Okay, a couple interesting phrases here. Trace its roots back. Okay, another way we say that it derives from, or it comes from, it traces its roots back. This is a bit of a metaphor. Roots, of course, bottoms of plants and trees. So where it comes from. All right, and Woohoo! Drunken revelry. Revelry is a word some may not be familiar with. Partying, abandoned partying, revelry, partying, very glad, happy partying. And another phrase I just want to point out here, a last hurrah. I don't know if you guys have heard this before. For example, if a young man, an American, if he joins the Army, all right, before he ships out, before he leaves to join his unit, he'll definitely go on a last hurrah with his friends. He'll go party and sow some wild oats and go a little bit crazy before he goes into the military. So this phrase is used widely for when you're gonna, well, party hard before you have to, before you're going to be doing some kind of sacrifice or spending a lot of time doing something. Okay. All right. So, well, all right. There you go. A little bit, for some, this may be considered slightly controversial. I don't know, but actually, many Catholic holidays can be traced or adapted from or to or with other celebrations from old Europe and Rome and Greece. So anyway, okay. Now some interesting facts about in Brazil. Here's where I may need Wellington's help again to confirm this, because this part I know nothing about. Rus, can you read about Intrudo, please?
Rio de Janeiro's celebration of Carnival can be traced back to 1723. According to Ipanema.com, it came to Brazil along with Portuguese immigrants who followed in the Intrudo. Intrudo was essentially a giant water fight with people setting out to soak others with water and limes. No one, even royalty, was immune from being drenched. It was eventually outlawed because the authorities didn't like to see so many people losing control.
Okay. Nice job, Rus. One note on pronunciation. Verbs that end with ch, drenched, it's a voiceless sound, so the pronunciation is a T sound on the past tense ed. Drenched.
Drenched.
That's it. You got it. All right. Very good. Does anybody have any, again, open question for the class, why on earth, I don't know the answer to this, so there is no wrong answer. Why on earth, I understand a water fight. I had water fights when I was a kid. Water balloons and soaking each other with squirt guns. Sure. But why limes? What's that about? Russ, any theories?
I don't know. I don't have any idea.
Limes. And does anybody have an idea why they're soaking each other with water and limes? I do have a theory, but it's only a theory. Has anybody ever heard of British people being nicknamed limeys? Slimy limey. Okay. Limey. Do you know why they're called limeys, Ismail?
Sorry, Oakley?
Do you know why they're called limeys?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're going to learn all kinds of things today. All right. They're called limeys because actually they're smart. A disease that many sailors would get, because obviously they were long periods at sea and they could only eat preserved foods. A disease they often got was a disease called scurvy. And scurvy, not absolutely sure of my spelling for scurvy, but anyway, scurvy is caused by vitamin C deficiency, lack of vitamin C. Limes contain, they're packed with vitamin C. Just little ascorbic acid vitamin C bombs. And limes,
What vitamin C?
vitamin
Uh,
C.
C. Okay.
Uh, vitamin, vitamin C. Yeah. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. They're pretty much the same thing. But any case, our body needs that, or we'll get a disease. Anyway, plus it's easier to get sick if you don't have vitamin C. Anyway, to fight scurvy, because limes last a long time. If you've ever had a lime in your refrigerator and you forgot about it and it fell into the egg place, or it fell into the back of the refrigerator, and you find it 6 months later, guess what? You can still eat it. Yeah, that sounds gross, but limes last a long, long time. They really, truly do. If you don't cut them open, they last a great deal of time. Anyway, that is why they're called limeys. So my theory here is that obviously Portuguese had to sail across the sea, so for some reason they still had limes. So they're celebrating and wasting them by soaking each other. This, of course, is totally an Oakley stupid theory, which probably has no basis in fact. The limey thing, limeys for British, that's slang, that's true. I know that one's true. Okay. Have you, Wellington, have you ever heard about Intrudo before?
No, but I read now that
Okay.
Intrudo is a many place that in the carnival the people did. Not
Really?
only the play with other limes, but a lot of plays.
Okay. Have water fights?
Yeah, maybe this is one of the plays, one of the play that the people did. But there are other plays that the people did. So Intrudo was also the giant tolls that the people did, and so, sometimes the intruder, the giant toll, represented something like now in the north, in some cities, we have giant tolls, and sometimes they represent the president, some bad politicians, some people that the people like, or the people don't dislike. They
Hang on. Hang on.
so this
Giant
is
what?
giant tolls, giant
Yeah, I know.
tolls,
Giant
tolls. Yes, giant tolls.
dolls or dolls?
Dolls. Sorry,
Ah, there we
dolls.
go.
Sorry,
Dolls.
sorry.
Ah, giant dolls.
Yes,
Okay, I get it. Like paper mache, paper and glue.
yes,
Yeah, okay, I got you.
yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, I understand. All
But
right.
Intrudo is the name to many places that the people do in the carnival.
Okay, so the name, you're familiar with this word and this name. Okay, interesting. Be careful, Wellington, in the north. North, it's don't forget the TH sound in the
Okay,
north.
north.
Uh, thank you, that's better. Okay. Oh, I think there's more about that now. All right. Evolving. Okay. Ismail, can you read this part? Ismail, are you here? Here you are. Ismail, can you read this? Okay, or do you?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Evolving. In the mid-19th century, Jose Nogueira de Azevedo was a shoemaker who marched through the streets on Carnival Monday playing drums, tambourines, and whistles. He welcomed anyone who wanted to join in his march. This eventually became C. Pereira, the Grand Society's debated in 1855 as a parade for aristocrats. About 80 members of the upper class, including the emperor, would wear masks and elaborate costumes and parade through town to the beat of music. In 1870, characters were introduced to the festivities who would perform according to the costume they were given. Other participants began to wear oversized papier-mâché masks.
Paper mache. This word is obviously French. Well, I don't know if it's obvious, but this word is French, but it's pronounced paper mache. That's yeah. You have like a mold, or you can even put paper mache around a balloon. There's some kind of a mold, and you basically just flour and water. I think, if I remember correctly. I have to remember from when I was 8 years old. That's the last time I made paper mache. But anyway, basically flour and water, like you have a balloon and you put pieces of newspaper, strips of newspaper over the balloon, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. But in this case, in a mask, it would be like a mold. So you would make a shape like a face, for example. I think that's it.
Mold. Can you type it in chat? Mold.
A mold? Yeah.
Yeah.
A mold, Rose, not just mold. Be careful. A mold is something like if you have a mold and you pour liquid hot metal into silver, let's say, into the mold, then you can make a shape like a flower for jewelry. All right. A mold is anything that helps you make a form or a shape. But mold, just uncountable mold, is that green, yucky stuff on your bathroom floor behind the toilet. Mold is green or black and disgusting, and it smells bad. Old paper gets fuzzy little hair on it. That's mold. Something you leave in your refrigerator for 3 months. Yeah, when your pizza in your refrigerator gets hair on it, that's also mold. But it has nothing to do with the other kind of mold. Okay. Hello, Max.
Hello again.
Hello again. Welcome to the class. Okay. We're reading a little bit about the history of Carnival, Max. I think we're up to the 19th century or the 1800s, however you want to say it, when they started to have parades and make masks and costumes. Okay. One other word, Ismail, you had a little problem with debuted, another French word. Everyone has problems with the French words, understandably so. Debut. Yeah, the T is silent to debut. To debut is to premiere, to first. He made his debut in music in 1975 with his album Forever Yours. Okay, he made his debut in politics as the freshman senator for Virginia. Okay, so started the first time. So, all right, so it debuted in 1855. You're going to see this word in conjunction a lot with a date. That's common.
Yes.
Started. Or was introduced. Actually, was introduced is probably closer in meaning. Okay. Ishmael, can you play the tambourines?
Tambourines?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, come on. Yes, you can.
Actually, I
Anybody.
can, but you don't want to listen to me.
All right. Tambourines are that thing you hold in your hand and you shake, and it has little, usually metal pieces that, and you can hit it like a drum as well. All right. Anybody can play the tambourines. Sure, you can. Okay. All right. Beat the tambourines. Act like you can play music. Fun. All right. So here we are. Wellington, just for confirmation, do you recognize any of these names? Jose, and can you pronounce them for us?
José Nogueira de Azevedo.
Okay, thank you. That was definitely much better than I could ever hope for. Great. How about this one? Zé Pieria. No.
Zé Pereira.
Zé Pereira.
Pereira.
Pereira. Okay. See, I can't do that.
Pereira is the name of a tree.
Ah.
So many surname here in Brazil comes from something like the trees, like the region,
Okay.
like the river. So Pereira is a tree.
Is a tree. Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, see? Fun fact I never would have known. All right. Interesting. All right. Let's move into the next century here.
Roughly,
Yes.
why were they wearing masks?
Why were they wearing masks?
Yes.
Why? Well, I don't. For fun? I don't really know. Why were they wearing masks? You tell me. What's your theory? I don't know.
Actually, maybe the aristocrats
Ah.
didn't want to show their faces.
Ah. Good theory. Excellent theory. Or the normal people who wanted to make fun of the aristocrats didn't want them to know who they are. Either way, that could work both ways, actually. Yeah, yes.
They wanted to quit the class differences.
Right. Well, exactly. Right. Because we see over and over again through this little history that almost every stage it talks about separating the classes, having no difference in classes. Even back to ancient Roman times, the celebration was about having a party with no classes, no upper or lower class.
Okay.
So that's an interesting observation, Ishmael, actually, that this sort of tradition of classless, having no class, seems to still be part of the tradition. It's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. Jose, ooh, you got a long one here. Jose, early 20th century. I might break this up because it's very long. Jose, can you read this one?
Okay. The parade of floats in today's carnival celebration began as an event called Corso in 1917. At that time, it was a parade of cars, a relatively new invention at the time, through the city. Parade watchers brought streamers and confetti to throw. Another portion of the modern carnival is the ranchos carnavalescos, which began in 1872 but became popular in 1911. In a ranchos carnavalescos, participants dresses up in costumes and performed during the parade, accompanied by music played by musicians.
Okay, hang on. You got a really long one, so I'm gonna let Max finish this one up. Max, can you finish this one?
Sure. Their popularity grew as each ranch's carnivals completed this, the others to become more elaborate and entertaining. They are now one of the most popular parts of Carnival. The only time the parades were halted was during what is this? World War, Second War,
World War II.
World War II, but they resumed in 1947.
Okay, both you guys, Jose and Max, parade. Second,
Parade.
that's it. Second syllable stress. Parade. I don't know where that word comes from. I'd like to know that, but I don't know.
In Russia, we have the same word, parade.
Really? Where does
Yeah.
that word originate? Is it French? I don't know.
Me too.
Parade. It's because it's an interesting pronunciation. It's different than most English. Jose, 1907. 1907. When you say a date 1804, 1701, we usually say O in English. Not only a date, but as a teacher, I may say, turn to page 105 in your textbook, or I live at 402 Sampaguita Boulevard, like that. It's very common to say O. Of course, we don't. For the 2000s, 2006 to 2008, I was working at a marketing company, for example. We don't do this for the 2000s because it sounds weird. 2005 sounds strange. It's easier to say 2005. But for all the other ones, it's normal to say O. And actually, anywhere else in English where we're giving 0 as kind of a name of something, an address or a phone number, my number's 902-407, like that. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about pronunciation of this. We'll have to ask Emerson for that. Wellington. Max, one other thing, elaborate. Okay. So they're
Elaborate. It's
elaborate.
like explain.
Elaborate. Stress on lab. Elaborate.
Elaborate.
That's it. Right. More complicated, complex, convoluted, more involved, elaborate. And also at the end here, the only times the parades were halted means stopped. And yes, this is World War II. Very common way to WW1 or WWI is World War I. WW2 is World War II. WWIII is coming to a planet near you today. Woo! Never mind that. Let's hope we can avoid that one, although I'm not particularly sure. Okay, this is where the parties start. Let me question you guys. Jose, what are parade watchers brought streamers? What are streamers? And confetti.
Streamers.
Yeah,
Streamers.
what are streamers?
Streamers. Serpentine.
Yeah, okay. Very kinda.
Streamer, a long narrow strip of material used as a decoration or symbol.
Okay. Jose,
Yes.
have you ever thrown a roll of toilet paper up into a tree?
Yes, sometimes.
Yes, he admits it. Aha! Confession. Why?
Did not I do that?
You did not? Well,
No.
you're not dead yet, Max. Go run out in the yard and try it. It's fun.
This my son.
Yeah, with your son, absolutely. You must teach him this. Yes,
Um,
absolutely. Okay,
confetti, small pieces of paper.
right. You got it. Absolutely. Correct. I always wonder when people throw streamers and confetti, who has to clean up this mess? I can't help myself. Whenever I see that, who's cleaning this up? My gosh. Okay, so now we've got the parades, the modern parades and performance things happening now that we're in the 1900s. Great. And I'm gonna, well, let's get to performance. More about the performance. Finally, Wellington, I wasn't ignoring you. I was saving you to last. This is the end. I want you to
Okay,
uh,
let's go.
read the last part, please.
Samba. The samba, which is primary music of Rio's carnival, was born at Rio. The samba is a ritual candomblé dance to drum and headclaps. At the end of the 19th century, Tia Seata, a candomblé priestess, used to have meetings in her home where live music was played while, in the backyard, others danced the samba. The two musical beats eventually combined to form what we call the samba today. The first song that was called a samba was composed in Tia Seata's house.
Okay. Uh, One thing, be careful of this word live, used as a, this is very confusing, I know. Used
Yeah.
as an adjective, it's live, not live. The verb is to live. I lived in a small town. But live music,
Oh, okay, thank you. Live music.
sure. Uh, right. And okay. Hey, Wellington, do you recognize this name? Tia, how do
No,
you say it again? Tia
no,
Sietas?
no. For me, it's new. This name.
Really?
Yes,
Well,
really.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are
Do you
there
know?
are a lot. Sorry,
Yeah.
there are a lot of history events here in Brazil that we don't know because some the some events, historic events, they don't spread to the people. So they sometimes somebody do a search and this information only stay in the books.
Ah,
Uh,
I
so
see.
this is normal here in Brazil.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, I have serious doubts that this woman single-handedly invented samba herself. I'm sure it was. Music tends to evolve even more than technology or many things, you know,
I
politics,
don't I
everything
don't
evolves, but music especially.
I don't believe in this part of the article because
I
the
don't either.
like you was said, samba is a mixture from different regions. Like
Hmm.
yeah, and of course the candomblé. Candomblé is like religion that came from the Africa came from to the descendants from Africa. So
Ah.
uh, here in Brazil, when the slaves was in the farms, they practice this religion, and of course the owners they dislike this tradition, but the people, the slaves, um, the slaves maintain this ritual, and
Hmm.
with this, the music here in Brazil was a mixture with the customs from the Portuguese and other parts of the world, because
Sure.
here we have Italians, Afro-descendants, Portuguese, and other Spanishes, and other cultures from the world.
Cultures.
But
Yeah.
cultures from the world. So the samba today is a little different than in the 90s, the 80s.
Yeah, right. I'm sure it is. Of course, music, like we just said, music evolves. It's interesting because you know, United States also had slaves for many years, and slave music combined with gospel religious music eventually turned into rhythm and blues, which eventually turned into what we now call rock and roll
Yes.
and jazz. Yeah. So it's very interesting. That okay, it evolved one way in north of the equator and a slightly different way south of the equator, and it's still I find that interesting. Okay, let's talk for a bit. Oh wait. Okay, for those who are a little late to class, hang on. Heidi, I want to ask you: have you ever been to a giant carnival or a giant citywide or even nationwide party?
No,
Heidi?
never.
Never. Do you want to?
Not really.
Not really. Not a party animal.
Ah, I remember though. I was born in another place, Osaka countryside. It's very famous of festival,
What's that?
dancing festival, summer season. Obon. Obon is a religious period, only 3 days. Many people gathered in that place, only 3 days.
Where is this again?
Dancing festival. It started over 300 years ago.
Where? In Japan?
Yeah, my hometown.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Sorry.
My hometown. It's countryside. But usually there are no tourists. But only that time, many tourists gathered in that place.
Really?
Million of tourists.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
nowadays it's famous
Wow.
for foreigners. So even many people from foreign countries came to that place.
Okay. One more time. What is that called? I'm interested.
It's Awa Odori.
I can't.
Awa is the name of the place, old name. Samurai warriors still dominated that time.
Okay. Well, I can't possibly spell that. I don't suppose you could spell it for me.
Odori is meaning dance.
Okay. It doesn't really help. Okay. All right. Well, I'd like to learn more about that, actually. All right. Anyway, Laura's gone. How about you, Rus? Rus, have you ever been to a gigantic, enormous party or celebration?
In my country, it's celebrated not like huge as Brazilian festival, but we have our traditional festival. I call it Nowruz. It begins at 21st of March, and it lasts 5 days.
Okay.
It's very, very important traditional festival for Kazakh nations.
Oh, Norris.
Usually, government organizes festival and fill yurts. Yurts, it's for nomad people, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Kazakh people was nomad, and they built these yurts and give for people traditional meals,
That is cool.
beverage. Yes.
So,
And, yes.
traditional music, traditional food. Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about what happens. That's cool.
We have a traditional instrument called dombra. We play dombra and we do a lot of things. We play games, traditional games, and everyone can enter in yurts and eat meals for free.
Oh, ooh, free
Yeah.
room and board, free lodging. It sounds, wow, that sounds very interesting. I'd never heard of that before. Thank you for sharing that. That's totally
Yeah.
cool. I got studying to do after class.
I like
Okay.
that's why I like much much. It's a holiday, a big holiday for Kazakh nation.
March. It's my favorite time of year, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Heidi. Got it. All right. Cool. Wicked. All right. There you go. That's how we do it. All right. Thank you very much. I clicked on it. Okay. Ismail, how about you? You want to go to Carnival? You want to go to a gigantic, huge festival?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Yes.
Who don't want?
Who doesn't want? Heidi doesn't want. That's who.
Really?
Yeah, that's okay. We'll leave Heidi home. We'll go. I'm good with it.
We don't have carnival like in this concept in my country. Okay, actually, I
Uh-huh.
am curious about. I I watch on television Rio Carnival sometimes and
Uh-huh.
on internet.
Yeah.
Actually, it is a very big carnival. Some people are going to visit Rio only because of the carnival.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Only because of the carnival. Actually, this morning I have a class in the morning, so it's nighttime in Brazil. It's not exactly opposite. It's I don't know, 10 or 11 hours. But this morning I had a class with a Brazilian student at like 7 in the morning my time, and he was out on the street and he had a hat and a bright colored shirt, and he had his iPad, and he was like showing me. He's got headphones on, and we're talking to the people on the street. I was like talking to people in Rio this morning via iPad. It was very cool. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. It was fun, and they were definitely having fun. Like
Yeah.
everyone had a cerveza in their hand. They were having a great time. People are dancing in the street. Looked like a lot of fun to me. So anyway, for those of you that missed the opening, I just want to say bye. Okay. Let's see. Turn my hair back on. My shades on. All right. Woo! Carnival! Carnival! All right, man. Let's go party. All right. So have a good time, guys, and we'll see you
What
at
is
the
the
carnival.
carnival name?
Okay.
Okay, what is the carnival name?
What the name? Carnival. Right now, this is Carnival of Oakley's house, and that's
Okay,
about all. See you guys. Thank you very much.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.